we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. 23-yard line. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. Right off the bat, a chunk play into enemy territory.
And I don't care how you plan for it. I don't care what you see on tape where you think you can get that type of a play. That's still a great rush and a little bit of a surprise to break off a run like that this early in the game.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now to the air. Lock. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 11 yards there, first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Lock. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And this belongs to the Vikings. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The Giants take over.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Daniil Hunter.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get up by cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice 1st down.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Brings up third down and 6.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this one will be brought scoreless after one.
With no score.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Second and 4.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. From the gun, it's Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now Jones on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. Deep ball for Goodwin. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Yards on the play. And it's third.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Locke working out of the gun. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive can get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and it'll be a Giant football 1st and 10.
Open it up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 30 yards. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but now it's 3rd and goal.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And they'll be driven back.
And I got home, I asked him, I said, so you've been home all day, why didn't you do the dishes or vacuum or do something? Well, because I wasn't told to. I said, really? I said, you know, that would make your mom happy if you just did it without somebody having to fucking tell you. And I figured maybe he'd go do them. No, he just went back to sleep.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he?
This guy's undefeated. First time I've ever played him.
Need him late in the game. His confidence should be sky high.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Giants. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards Vikings the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
We're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Locke. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 51 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Cook following the penalty. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and now it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
From the gun, Locke dancing to his left. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Locke. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First down, Vikings.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Giants' 38-yard line.
From the gun, Locke. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Locke. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke lets it fly for Thielen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. As the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And that'll make it 13-7.
Makes the score Giants 13, Vikings 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Incomplete. Coverage by Keanu Neal.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jones throwing on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Rose. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these 2 teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, 2nd half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Off-play action. Jones. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Running on 1st down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Again, it's Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
The line of scrimmage.
They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Locke. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off around the 41. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Locke. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score.
Giants 16. Vikings 14.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
1st and 10.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Here's Breida. Going to give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They run again with Breida. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 43-yard line. A gain of 4 last play to double that here and get 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 3-yard pickup.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff, now Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A good balanced attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's
guy,
going on the defensive side?
that's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Jones now on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to air one it. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
First down.
A big play there for the Giants. 48 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Matt Breida, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And this carries into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown.
Greg Joseph on for the extra.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
14.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Locke trying again after the pick 6. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And the Vikings first down.
They run. Cook. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. From the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up. Operating from the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 33. Again, it's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Complete to Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
The kick is
and his kick is good.
Makes the score Giants 45, Vikings 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Open man right side is Ingram. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Dante Fowler in on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They run with Breida. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The ball carrier taken down at the 11-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Joseph's got it. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
First down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
56, Mike, 56.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure, and we saw another example of it there. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
What's up, buddy? Pizza cutter, I cleaned it last night. It might be up next to the faucet. Oh, right on. Okay. Bye.
Today's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points. They're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Holy. How about, let me get undressed.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing, Joe. Is he crying now?
It's fine for a minute.
Baby, hard. There you go. Oh my God. Oh my Aww. He's sad.
everybody else. You know what I mean? Goddamn. How many more motherfucking litigations y'all gonna be? How many charges you gonna try to put us in? You know what I'm saying? Killer Kelly is the state murder. 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 Can't none of y'all niggas fuck with none of these niggas. These triggers, these killers. I sit down the court in between legs with a bitch French plate in my head. Yeah, I leave them in till they mad it. Long arm tatted. Plus the connection, bitch, you looking at it. It don't stop. I hit slow, extended chicks to get to the center of a blow pop. And it's gonna take a miracle to try to pour this color down in Cheerio. Yeah, I got caught, but they trying to sleep watch the floor. Okay, so let's wait till it get dark, slow, baby, fall for this. Hey, it's like the international. Half the pan, hey, look, all on the ground. Everything's fast. I'm working out fast when we talk in the ass. Doing tricks jacked up like a six. One pussy and 13 dicks. Mixes up dance, we look. Niggas run out, get your cook. Who's that coming out the window? Who ride? I got my shield up, pulling my shield up, pulling the trigger. What the fuck you looking at, nigga? True blue when I bust.
Cigarettes home. I took like 5.